Guys, we're going to get started here in just a few seconds. I'm just getting everything on Facebook set out. If you guys have any Q&A for the marketplace, let us know. All right, I'm there. I'm going to share. Excellent. Okay, let me do my share screen. Where is it?
Oh, this is so funny, Rob.
What's up?
What's funny?
My dad and I were talking about this the other day. U.S. to remove Patriot missile protection program from Saudi Arabia oil apocalypse. We were talking about that the other night.
All right, guys, here we go. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. As always, we'll do a little market update, but today we have a very special announcement, huge announcement. It's going to rock the real estate investing world. And let me go through a couple disclaimers. As always, we will certainly today we'll be talking about SEC regulated funds and syndications, and we're talking about our limited law partnerships and all kinds of other stuff. But it's always just for demonstration or education or just sort of update what's going on. If you're interested in hooking up, learning about our crowd fund or 506c fund, you're going to reach out to Brian. You can just text Brian 281-401-9008, and he'll walk you through the whole process. So again, if we talk about syndication, all that stuff today, it's really just for education and demonstration purposes. We have a big class coming up this Saturday. This is one of those things that, as a real estate investor, if you don't have these tools in your arsenal, you are playing a grade below your JV and everyone else's varsity. It's the DISC class. We talked about it a lot yesterday. I'll go into a little bit here. It's 4 basic personality traits, and it's not for everything, and not everyone fits one square. But there are triggers and tells that people will give you. And if you want to identify that the person is a I, very high I, very idea orientated, likes to see the big picture, the vision, then you know how to communicate with them. You're not going to give them lots of details. You're not going to talk about the formula. You're not going to talk about your spreadsheet. That's not what they want. They want the big picture. Just vice versa. If you identify someone that is a C, a very conscientious person, you're not going to sit there and tell them about how great it's going to be, because once this thing is done, you're going to be off on your boat in Costa Rica, and you're going to take the kids down there, and you're going to homeschool, and then you can't wait to buy the new RV. They don't want to hear any of that stuff. They think that's all flighty, and, all these guys are flake. They want numbers. They want details. And so this little 3-hour class is going to help you enter that world of DISC and understanding personality traits, so that you can start identifying who people are and be able to communicate effectively with them. And that's what it's really about. I'll, again, give you my example. I am a D. I'm a pretty high D. I'm actually a DI. Jason is an ID. Before I understood DISC, before I understand any of this stuff, what I would do is I would talk over people. I would talk really fast to people. I'd want everything in bullet points. And then, unfortunately, what I tend to realize with DISC is that the direct opposite of the D is an S, and the S is the largest class of people's personality. These are very social, they're very warm, they're very mommies, I call them, right? And so every time I would just go into the whole Jersey thing, just roll, every S in the world thought I was a giant a-hole. And not that I had any other ethical standards or different beliefs in these people, it was just my personality. And so I was not coming off well to the largest group of individuals in this country. And so I had to train myself to figure out, when I'm talking one-on-one, understanding that when I do my presentations, making sure I'm hitting all 4 points, and then to get better received and to build rapport quickly. That's what this stuff is going to tell you. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to be able to identify people based on the jewelry they wear, their handshake, a whole bunch of things, how they dress, the words they use. It'll be really, really good to start connecting. And so this is just one of those tools that everyone needs. And it's $27. It's Saturday. I'll send you the link so you guys can sign up. We guys know that we're doing banner season. We are really, really enjoying banner season. Again, Jason and I are original investors and part owners in banner season, full disclosure. It's a direct sales with some multi-level folks. And at the it's a very easy pitch for folks that are doing marketing, that are real estate agents, life insurance agents, financial advisors, and moms, schools, big social networks. And at the bottom of it, it's really a CRM. It's a very great customer relation management tool that connects with lots of other tools. So if you're already marketing, you can move your list in very quickly. Identify the people who you got to get your birthday, send emails out to get their birthday, and then we just send them stuff in the mail. It's $49 a month for the gold level, which gets you discounts for everything you would do with banner season, except for postage and gift cards. But it works. It works very, very well. This is a brand new organization, so we want you to come take a look. I'll shoot you the link over on this as well. Okay. All right, the Mastermind. All right, it's a very big day. We're very excited about this. So we've been. Well, I don't want to say hinting. We've just been pretty overt about this for the last 2 to 3 weeks when this sort of popped up and came up on our radar. So I'll just go into it. For those of you who are watching or have been following us, you know the details on our Mastermind, but I'll do it again. It's $7,500 for year one. It's $5,000 for year two. It's $2,500 for year three, and it's free thereafter, which is a fantastic price. But here's the deal. If you're broke, this isn't for you. We have other trainings. We have wholesaling clubs. We have marketing clubs that are very, very low entry. We have disc training that usually costs about $1,000. We're doing it for $27. Mastermind, this is for people who are trying to do a buy and hold portfolio and sort of blow that out. You need to have a 700 general FICO. Now, if it's a little bit low, we can help you with that. And you have to have capital to deploy. In our real estate world, we're not big believers that new people can go out and get free real estate. It's very, very difficult. It takes lots of years and a very large network to actually do the whole free real estate thing. And the reality is that most people who join our mastermind are already successful somewhere else in their life. And what they're realizing is that their retirement portfolio is not going to cut it. They aren't going to be in Costa Rica. They aren't going to be traveling in a $180,000 RV. That's not what it looks like for them. And so they come to our mastermind to build out their portfolio. Now, that's the cost. We're going to hold that cost through 11:59 p.m. next Friday. After that, it's going to be a new cost. It's going to be $10,000 from year one, $7,500 for year two, $5,000 for year three, $2,500 for year four, and free thereafter. So it's a $10,000 difference, and it's an upfront right in year one, $2,500 difference. You'd be very wise to take advantage of this now because we have a new facilitator. This is one of the top SEC attorneys in the country. This is not arguable. One of the top, the original adopters into crowdfunding, speaks on massive panels everywhere. Also an investor, understands returns and numbers and what we're looking for, ROI, very, very well versed in internal rates of returns, cap rates, depreciation, right? She understands all the numbers. She'll be able to help explain some of those things to our group. She's also a great mom, really fun, great mom. She is a syndicator. She's an educator. She's an author. and a public speaker. And this is the worst picture I could find of her. So Jillian Sidoti is joining our mastermind as a facilitator. So what has happened recently?
That is so great. I love that.
So I love it too. So what has happened recently inside our mastermind is folks have become more and more interested in syndication, and some of the folks have got some apartments and they were looking to retrade themselves. They didn't understand how you can syndicate and help other investors get involved. And this has become the focus of our mastermind for the last 4 to 5 months. And such that we've started our own started the Corpus Christi syndication and the in-loop syndication. Both of those documents have been prepared by Jillian's office. And as we got more and more into it and people were asking more and more questions, I realized that, hey, I'm not an SEC attorney. So when the opportunity came up to bring Jillian in as a facilitator, it made perfect sense for us. Because there's, a third of the people in our mastermind now who are ready to do some sort of syndication and figure it out and need some more details. Instead of them running out and joining another coaching program, the guy up in Dallas or the guy in Florida or even the guy right here in town for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 packages, we've been able to recruit Jillian to our mastermind, and we've been able to hold that price really, really low, guys. Even at the $10,000 level, it's a fantastic price. And again, if you have never seen her, she's everywhere. She speaks everywhere. She's on all podcasts. She's in all groups. She's a public speaker. That's her book right there, The Crowdfunding Myth. Right? So that she's everywhere. She is well known, well respected, and she's ours. So we think this is a game changer. This is right now we've got about 40 people in our mastermind. We have the capacity to take it to 100, and I think with Jillian coming on board, we will hit that. Here's another bad picture I found with her eyes closed. I was at that event. Jillian, do you remember that event that was on top of the Sheraton in the
that was so long ago. Yeah, I remember that. It was like a one-day event. I literally got up at 4:30 in the morning.
You had to drive in. It was a good spread, though. It was a good event. Guys, she's going to help the mastermind.
No, it was a pretty good event. They never did it again, I don't think.
The SEC regulator. No, I think they moved on to just back to the portfolio stuff. She's going to help us.
Yeah.
She's been doing this for decades. She's really, really smart in all this. And so our mastermind members have a true expert in that syndication, apartment, crowdfund world that they can lean on. So Jillian, thanks for joining us. We're super happy to have you. Very, very excited. I gave a lot of the mastermind members a heads up on Monday. They were blown away that you're coming in. So thanks again. And if you have anything to say.
Nice. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's not just like, usually I'm out there educating people on how to raise capital for their own deals. And of course I'm going to be doing that in this group. Like that goes without saying. And I have a lot of things I'm going to be providing to the group, like resources that are going to be exclusive to the group or things that I sell out there, as extra educational materials that you're going to get in this group for free. Like I'm not going to charge. It's all going to be provided to you. And Rob knows this, but I think it bears repeating or helps the audience understand that I only agreed to do this because the price of the mastermind was so low. I personally pay $30,000 a year for a mastermind that I go to, and that doesn't even include all the meetings that I attend and have to pay to travel to attend. So I think this is a great value. I'm hoping to bring value. I hope my value proposition is going to serve every single member of this group. I'm pretty sure it will, because my point about, usually helping syndicators learn how to raise money for their deals and figure that out and giving them the tools to do that. I want to transcend that and also provide value to those people who are passive investors and figuring out how they can, invest in deals with, eyes wide open. And the good thing about that is my law firm does not review PPMs for investors. We don't represent investors. But as part of this mastermind, if you bring me a deal, I'm not your attorney and I can just take a look at it. So long as my firm didn't write it, I'm going to review it for you and give you some advice and tips and things that you should be looking out for when you're investing in deals. So that's what I'm hoping to bring to the group. And I'm super excited and very honored that Rob and Jason asked me to be a part of this. Super honored to be a part of this. I'm feeling very lonely. Is anybody there? Am I by myself?
No, I'm here. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm by myself. My dog is running around.
Sorry, I didn't know I was
You'll
supposed to
never be
keep
alone
going.
again, Jillian. We're all good here.
That's good. Good stuff.
We were bringing some people in the last few weeks, and I couldn't tell them yet. And they're like, "Hey, I'm kind of interested in syndications. What are you guys doing?" And I'm like, "Trust me, this is a good thing. Join the group. This is a very good thing." Yeah. But today, now we can move forward, and I'm sure Jason's going to do a big email blast to our 50,000 followers and get the word out here. This is big news, though, because you do know a lot of other gurus out in the world, and I think it'll be a little coup that you've joined Mr. Texas Real Estate, our mastermind.
I think it's going to be really great. And the other thing is I want you guys all to go to a website called privatemoneyrockstar.com. And I want you to see how much Private Money Rockstar costs. It's a program it's a little coaching program that I have to help people raise capital. Everybody who's in this mastermind is going to get that program for free. And on top of it, you're going to get, the coaching that I don't even offer outside of the group on top of the Private Money Rockstar program. I'm giving that. And Jason and Rob didn't know that I had this little plan of giving that. This is the first time they're hearing it. But everybody who joins this program is going to get that for free, along with any other educational materials I might have out there that are not otherwise complimentary or free.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much for that. And again, our mastermind is we're all sort of like-minded individuals. We want to grow our portfolio. We want our retirement to be great. We want to get out of the rat race as quickly as possible. And I think this is a big time add to that formula. Thanks. What are you working on today, Jillian?
So today, what am I working on today? Yesterday, I was working on a software deal and a biotech deal, believe it or not, which is way outside of real estate. But, that's kind of one of the things that I'm hoping to bring to the table is like, if you're looking to diversify your portfolio, I can tell you what I'm seeing and other trends in the marketplace as well, especially for you passive investors or even for you active investors who are looking to do, diversify your portfolio as well into other areas. And today I'm working on, self-storage is huge right now. Self-storage is, has this like little renaissance period going on.
What do you think? And that's a sort of safe harbor in a recession. The self-storage, you think
for self-storage? Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, great. Well, I mean,
I think here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. Like a lot of people have gathered a lot of stuff. So we have kind of this perfect storm for self-storage in my mind. And I've been saying I think there's a change coming just based on when you see self-storage facilities being built. Self-storage is a lot less expensive than office space. Self-storage is a lot less expensive than downsizing your home, right? Or self-storage is, a lot less expensive than maintaining a large home. So there's all kinds of reasons as to why you have self-storage. And we have baby boomers who have to get out of their homes and downsize and get into assisted living facilities right now. So another great asset class, assisted living facilities. So we have that. And then we also have, people who have to downsize because of the economy and they don't want to get rid of their stuff. Or office buildings that want to downsize and they don't want to get rid of their stuff because it costs them a lot of money and they're not willing to sell it. So they'd rather spend $200 to $300 a month storing it. Right. So you have, I mentioned 2 classes there that I'm seeing, traction in: self-storage, assisted living. And the third one, and I think this is terribly overlooked right now because of this current situation, is going to be Airbnbs. And the reason why I think there's going to be some real traction in Airbnbs is because people are not going to want to go back to hotels very quickly. They don't want to be in common quarters. I'm seeing this in my own personal circles of where people are like, I have to travel, I must go do this, and I don't want to stay at a hotel. Or I have to travel, I must go do this, and most of the hotels in this area are closed, or whatever the case may be. But people are not going to want to be in common areas with other people they don't know where they're from. So Airbnb, I think, is going to have a lot of traction coming up here soon. And the other thing about Airbnb is, again, another perfect storm with Airbnbs, because with not just with the fact that people want to stay in a private home where they're not around people, but also so many municipalities are legislating around Airbnbs and making it impossible to do an Airbnb in many locations. So, Rob and Jason, you both know this. We talked about this when you came out to see me in my area, and the town that has all the wineries in it, the corporated town, if you will, has outlawed Airbnbs in the town. It's $1,000 a day fine for short-term rentals. So what does this mean? It means the outliers, the people who are not in the corporated part of the town, but in the unincorporated part of the town, are able to, really jack up the price of their Airbnbs. So much so that I kind of got a little dollar signs in my eyes and thought, oh, I'm converting that front detached garage I have into an Airbnb because Mama's going to make some money, So, and then my husband squashed that idea. But my point being is, like, there's real opportunity there.
Yeah, we're seeing it. We're 80% booked for the month of May, and every weekend between now and July 4th, our beach house is already booked.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I asked Rob about that beach house if I could use it, and he told me it wasn't available.
Yeah, you've got to be able to sneak down here in like the middle of the week. I'm down here right now.
Yeah, Jason gets it on Wednesday night.
Yeah, it's like Wednesday, Thursday, and then everyone's like, get out by Friday morning at 10.
So so is life. So yeah,
anyway, Jason,
I'm really looking forward to this.
This should be fun. We're going to do a virtual meeting sometime in June, and then we'll be back on track, I think, August. I think most people know we have a massive building that we're buying. We'll have meeting spaces in there, so we'll be able to meet comfortably with social distancing. We have a massive auditorium in there that we can social distance in. So it should be fun. Again, Jillian, thank you very much. We'll get you into all the WhatsApp groups and all that stuff, and you can see all the people and their conversations that are flying. It's a very active group. There's at least 2 to 3 topics being discussed every single day. Some people do not recognize my sleep schedule, but that's okay. They're in there. And the big thing was, we're on the radio in your town every Saturday.
Oh, there you go.
We're on a Riverside station, 11 a.m. every Saturday. We have been recruiting and talking to people in Southern California about investing in Texas. And so I think your little anchor out there would be a nice little bonus for these people. And we want to start seeing some California folks come to Texas.
That'd be great. No, that's
Excellent.
awesome. Well, guys, as you know, I have to go. I will.
Yeah.
I am looking forward to talking to all of you. I'll get on the WhatsApp right away.
Excellent. Take care, Jillian.
Bye.
All right, guys. So that is the person we kept talking about. I think some of you had guessed, but most didn't realize we're talking about that caliber. We're not. I mean, she's a national real estate expert. On all the highest. I mean, that panel that we were at the Sheraton, that was not a RIA club. That was for REITs. She's basically a group of REITs and crowdfunders. All the big name crowdfunds she knows. They know her. They've had her speak. They're in her on their podcast. So our little mastermind here, Jason, just took a big step forward.
Yeah, it's growing quick. Well, you know what it is people who are really operating in this business, you know, raising money, doing deals. I mean, they all kind of recognize each other, and that circle gets real small the more deals you do and the bigger you become. So it makes sense that, you know, that Jillian's on board with us, and I'm pumped about it. I think it'd be fantastic. When you guys grow, as you guys grow your businesses out, the reality is you're going to have access to creative ways to borrow capital. And going with the bank is not always going to be the best option 100% of the time. So, and plus your friends and family are going to want to be a part of these deals, right? So how do you do that in such a way that, you know, satisfies, you know, the legal requirements, so you're doing this in the right way, and also do it in such a way that everybody understands it. And when you get in these SEC rules, they get real complicated real fast. So one of the things I think Jillian is absolutely the best at is putting together these syndications in such a way that everybody understands them, and you don't have to have a PhD in finance or a law degree to read through them, but also do it in such a way that it's scalable even at the small level. I mean, you know, buying a $50, $100, $150 million building is one thing, but yeah, can I get that same sort of experience? Can I get that same sort of skill set in an affordable package down to a $1, $2, $3 million deal?
And again, for our folks, I think this is going to become invaluable. I think this will absolutely open up some different markets for us. And again, guys, our whole goal since the beginning here was to create 250 real estate millionaires in 5 years. And we are now almost at the anniversary, year one, coming up in May. I think May 20th would be our anniversary. And we got 40 so people coming already in, and I'm guessing that there'll be a nice little rush in here, so you don't have to pay the up price. Again, very serious. The package that she's giving away, Jason, is she sells for $1,500. So at $7,500, and she's giving you a $1,500 package. I mean, if the barrier is $7,500, then you probably can't really effectively be in the mastermind anyway. And now that we have again another big heavyweight, there's one other person we're trying to get in, but that's long ways off. But you know, ultimately we wanted to break this down into different sessions and for different folks that are building their portfolio. And she was a big ad today. So if you haven't joined yet, you go to mrtxre.com, Texas Real Estate. You click the Mastermind tab. You go down. You read all about it, everything that we're doing, all that we're providing. And if you're ready to go, you click this link right here. Join the Mastermind. That should take you to a checkout page. It's $7,500. May 16th, this is going to say $10,000. She's going to add in those bonuses. This is fantastic. And you know, we're definitely, if you're in another group that you've been thinking about syndication and you've got the seniority issues and all that other stuff, we don't play that here. You know, it would be smart to have Jason and I in on as a partner in some of these, so we can help and leverage our ability to promote. But you don't have to. You don't have to do a syndication with us involved, and you don't have to declare I don't even know how half those crazy rules work. At the end of the day, we want 250 real estate millionaires. And if someone's coming in and they're going to do a syndication so that they can produce a million, $1.5 million, $4 million, $5 million in profit, great. If you want Jason and I in, fantastic. If you don't, that's okay too. So there it is, guys. We'll see who's coming in. We're super excited. Again, we'll talk a little bit more about this next week. But that's the big announcement. Jillian Sidoti is in our Mastermind, national speaker, best-selling author, one of the really forefront to the whole crowdfunding world, and one of the top SEC attorneys in the country. So if that's not motivating you, I don't know what is. All right, any questions on any of this stuff, guys? We're doing really well with the investing. Brian is talking to people. A couple more accredited investors came in, so I think we're down to about 500 left in the crowdfund to raise. So we're pretty darn excited about that. If you want to reach out to Brian, there's his just text that number or email him. You can go to our forum and fill out the form on our MRTXRE page. But that's it. That was our big announcement. We'll get back to the marketplace. Well, today's Thursday. Actually, tomorrow we're not doing a broadcast, guys. Jason and I will be traveling to Corpus. We're picking up a few more properties. We're checking in on the syndication. But we will be back next week. And next week it's going to be probably Mondays and Thursdays. And we're going to be a little more focused on that. But, the coronavirus is still here. It's still affecting everyone. They're all in our prayers. We wish you the best. And some of these states are actually seeing the spike versus the plateau. So while folks are still home and dealing with this, we'll try and give you our insight into the marketplace for as long as it lasts. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate your time. Have a great, great day.